Okay, it is Wednesday, Wednesday?
Yep.
Yeah, Wednesday, Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. Tom and Dudley Conservation Commission meeting is now in session. First on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. All rise, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Water and sewer.
No. Water and sewer down there, I think?
Yeah, at the end of the hallway.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, first on the agenda is a notice of intent for 132 Pierpoint Road. The public hearing was opened on this, and it was continued at the last meeting. We were waiting for a file number.
They have the file number, the two maps are there that you guys can look at, and they're also here if you have questions.
Okay.
The maps are gonna show where they're planning on adding vegetation. There's two copies of the map.
Try to spell it out as easy as possible.
Okay, good. And you guys, the last meeting, you guys saw this, right?
Yeah, we asked him
Yeah,
to
okay.
show where the trees were.
Okay.
I think I added to it,
The encroachment,
all the X's for the added, bushes I'm gonna add in. I wasn't aware of that, I think, on the first,
Yep.
so I've got all that added in now. And we have the mass number.
Caitlin, the map was all okay with it? Yep?
Yeah.
Okay.
there's photos too,
Mhm.
as well in the folder.
Yeah, I wanna, on some of the trees on the south side, I wanna do a lot of, solar on the roof, and there's one patch that would really impede that, so, that's the ones on the south side of the lot, helping as much as it could for all the solar panels that I wanna put on the roof of the garage and the house.
I don't have an issue with it. I mean, not much yet. Okay, there, yeah. I gotta see if there are any butters here. Are there any butters here to 132 Pierpoint Road? Seeing none? Any questions from the board? Okay, I'll close the public hearing for 132 Pierpoint Road at 6:02 PM.
I'll make a motion to issue a notice of intent for 132 Pierpont.
Second.
Okay, motion is made and seconded to issue a notice of intent for 132 Pierpoint Road with the Mass DEP number 146-0784. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous. Okay, next on the agenda is a certificate of compliance for 29 Flaxfield Road. I see Matt went out and looked at this and gave it a stamp of approval. Okay,
That's what the notes were.
yeah, Matt, yeah. 29 Foxfield.
Well, then I'll make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 44 Alton Drive
Nope,
and
29 Foxfield,
29 Flaxfield Road. Sorry about that.
okay?
Second.
Motion was made and seconded to grant a certificate of compliance to 29 Flaxfield Road. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Good night.
Unanimous. Okay, Jimmy, next on the agenda is another certificate of compliance for 44 Alton Drive. And Matt gave it his blessing.
Not that bad.
Is that separate from this?
Yes, these are
Okay.
two different ones,
Gotcha.
yep.
So I'll make a motion that we issue a certificate of compliance for 44 Alton Drive.
Second.
Motion was made and seconded to grant a certificate of compliance to 44 Alton Drive. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Last but not least, another certificate of compliance. This is a certificate of compliance to Bona Drive. Again, Matt went out and did his inspection, says to issue it.
Anybody have questions on that one?
Four born.
I make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 4 Bona Drive.
Second.
Motion was made and seconded to issue a certificate of compliance to Bona Drive. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Unanimous.
Paul? You're up.
Yep. Next is the Conservation Land Trust, Mr. Paul Wheelock.
Is it okay just to talk?
Yep.
What?
I just want to come by really quickly just to give the board an update on the dedication for Nancy McCormick. The date we're planning is Saturday, June 3rd. Okay, yeah, from 10 o'clock, 10 till probably, hopefully just an hour, 10 to 11. We have a sign, Nancy J. McCormick sign that's gonna be made. We're also gonna have a plaque being made, and we're gonna be having some music from different, couple different people and some speakers, hopefully. So, more details to come, okay?
Beautiful. Thank you, Paul.
Yep. Did you want plants for that?
Well, I'm going out there on Monday or Tuesday to just scope the situation and,
You let me know.
all right,
Thank you.
so we can plan where we're gonna put stuff, okay?
Yep. Let us know, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
I'm sorry?
Where is that?
It's gonna be on Hayden Pond Road, the causeway.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay, next on the agenda is the Forest Legacy Project for the Oakham Land Trust. They sent us a letter here. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Delaney Wilder, the Executive Director for Oakham Land Trust.
Hi, sir. Beautiful. How are you, Laney? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, definitely. So I sent along some information. I also brought some things with me, the booklets about the Forest Legacy Program, the conservation restriction. So we applied for this grant in 2019 with the previous executive director, Ed Hood, and he had come before the Conservation Commission, I believe. I have a letter.
Correct.
Yep. So, applying for the grant to put a conservation restriction on one of Opakam Land Trust's properties in Dudley, along Blackmere Road. And we got the grant, so I'm here today to, just answer any questions you have. I sent along the conservation restriction that we drafted for the Forest Legacy Program. I have one copy here with me, but I'm happy to resend it if needed. It's a long document for sure, but just, I'm happy to answer any questions about it or about the program, and, yeah, explain anything further. I also have a little fact sheet that just describes, you know, what we're doing and a little bit about the property.
How many acres is that?
It is,
31, 32, something like that?
Yeah, 31, 32 acres.
Oh, yeah, right there, 31.44.
So, what does this restriction consist of?
So it's a conservation restriction. It's basically, the development rights for the property.
Yep.
And the idea is that, Opakam Land Trust owns the property, and then the town would hold the, development rights, so would hold the conservation restriction on the property. It's a nice dual layer of conservation, that we like to do with our properties, and we happen to get a grant to be able to do this.
What are you gonna be doing with the property?
It's going to just stay in its natural state. We may do some forestry for bird habitat, so I think maybe a couple years ago, we had done some forestry management work to create some bird habitat, open up the forest a little bit, create brush piles, things like that, and we had some federal funding through NRCS, I believe, to do that. So just gonna keep it as an open forest land, and I believe part of that property's, oh, I don't have the aerial map. So the other side in Southbridge is also owned, across the street is owned by Opakam Land Trust as well, and there's a farm there, and there's hay fields, and so we would like to continue allowing the farmer, I believe it's somebody in Connecticut, to, grow hay on those hay fields as well. So, and you can have some farmland under a conservation restriction as well, as long as there's still some forested and, natural area to it, so.
131
Yep.
over on the Southbridge line.
Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure where it was.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
That was my question too. We can talk after. Where is it exactly?
Blackmere Road?
I don't know where that is.
Cross over the Quinnebog, head into
By
Southbridge.
the opposite end where Chicken's Egg Farm is.
Okay. Okay, yep.
Cool.
Who owned that land before?
Mr. Maurice Morneau, and he had put, this, before I started Opakam, the land was donated to Opakam through his will.
Okay.
And that's about as much details I know. I'm sure we have some more records in the office, but Maurice Morneau owned the land.
Okay. I don't have any questions.
No, I'm
Thank
fine with it.
I'm good with it.
Great.
Now, do you need anything from us? Not at this time, probably you need a signature at some point, I'm sure.
We'll be coming back for
Yeah, okay.
signatures. I just wanted to give you guys a chance in this part of the process, so that you would have a chance to see the CR and have, answer any questions. I will be going to, remind me, is it a Board of Selectmen you have?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I will be contacting them next, to give them a chance to review this. The town attorney may wanna just look at this as it is a legal document that'll be recorded. And then, just talk to the town a little bit more about the funds. So essentially, with this grant, we are getting the cost of the value of the conservation restriction of those development rights, will come through from the grant. So essentially, it's a federal grant that's going to the state.
Right,
It
yeah.
has to come through the town.
Yeah.
And then
Come back,
eventually,
right.
when we get to that point, the town will take those funds and cut a check, to reimburse the land trust
Right.
for those development rights.
Mhm.
So, I wanna make sure that I'm just checking in with everybody in the town on this, and essentially, once this is completed and the town holds the conservation restriction, it'll be under the purview of the Conservation, Commission to, just check up on it once in a while. We hold CRs, so as a nonprofit land trust, we can also hold conservation restrictions on private property.
Mhm.
I'm happy to share with you guys, if you'd like, our monitoring form that we use when we monitor, so annually or, every couple years monitoring the CRs, just to make sure there's no, dumping of tires or some
Yep.
sort of violation of that matter. And if there are any issues that you guys notice on the property, you would contact Opakam Land Trust, the landowner, and let us know, and we would take.
Now, do you allow people to walk on the property?
So, it's technically we don't have it open to the public, but I
Okay.
do think we do allow hunting there.
Okay.
We don't have walking trails just because
Okay,
of the
yeah.
farm there.
Yep.
But there have been people who hunt there, and we're fine with that. We just don't have like a trail network
Yeah,
or
okay.
anything like that there.
Okay,
So-
I'm fine.
Yeah. So, just wanted to check in, let you guys know this is coming through. It may not be until 2024 we actually complete this, and we'll be back for signatures. I mean, ideally, we'd be done by the end of the year, but I have 8 other landowners I'm working with in this, grant, in different towns
Yep.
as well. So, we may be bumping it into the, new year, 2024, before we come back for signatures from the Conservation Commission and the Select Board, so.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure you guys had a chance to see the document and ask questions, and if you have any further questions or you think of other things, I'm happy to answer. I can leave my, business card here, or I can leave it with you as well, and.
Caitlin, did Matt have any questions? You know, no? No, okay.
So, yeah,
Perfect, beautiful, thank you.
Thank you.
thank you very much.
You take care. Okay, next on the agenda is National Grid, which they're proposing 2 replacement projects. One is on Peters Street, goes underneath the bridge there.
It's actually Webster.
Yeah, it's actually, well, until it gets on the other side, it's Dudley,
Yeah.
but they are exempt from our regulation, because they're not adding addition, they're just replacing maintenance. So they are exempt. But they are just notifying us as good neighbors that they will be performing the work there to replace the main there, which has been bad for quite a few years. So that's the first one. And then the second one, again, I don't think we need to vote on these here because they're exempt, so, yeah, we just, it's all this is notification, yeah. And then the next one is another relay project, which is on Dresser Hill number 2, which is on the other side of 31. I mean, just this side of 31, it's off of Ramson Road. Am I right, Jim? Yeah. Yeah.
It's by Dickey.
They're gonna replace 1,870 feet of existing steel gas line with plastic within the road, which is, again, they're exempt from it, because it is, they do have a right to repair. And again, it's just notification to us, which we appreciate.
It's just a continuation of what we've done at Ramshorn.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that all headed for the school? Is that where that's all going?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, go by your house too, right? Talked about that.
Okay.
When are they doing this, you know?
That's a good question.
Cause I do that hayfield, that's my hayfield right there,
Yeah,
so.
they-
I wanna get in and out
They
of
shut
there.
all their crews off because they ran, what I was told, severely over budget, but from what I heard today, that, and I saw today, that one of the crews is back in town working, so I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I'm assuming since they're notifying us, and I know that this is pretty bad in this area, I'm assuming that this is gonna happen probably
I
pretty
guarantee
quick.
that the moment I wanna cut that field, they're gonna,
That's when they're gonna show up, yeah.
no, I'll just run the cows across the road and have them graze it off, so. I've had cows over there before, so, by accident.
Okay, and, last but not least is the approval of the minutes for March 15th.
I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes for March 15th, 2023 as presented.
Second?
Okay, motion was made and seconded to approve the minutes of the March 15th, 2023 meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
Make a motion to adjourn. Unless there's something else.
No, second.
Motion was made and seconded to adjourn at 6:19 PM. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.